Yo, it's Lite, and today I'm going to show you how to safely play Call of Duty Black Ops 3 on all platforms. Before I get started, I would like to mention that you should never be playing public matches unless you're on Xbox or possibly if you're on the BO3 Client. Another thing that I want to get across is that the Windows version is way better for performance, but there are some connection issues, so I'd suggest using the T7 patch for Steam instead of switching over to BO3 Enhanced if you are going to play with multiple people. Or in that, if you play alone, then I would suggest using the BO3 Enhanced. Now I'm going to go over the PC ports first because those are the ones that tend to be the most dangerous to play. Starting out with the T7 patch for Steam, the first step is to go to the link in the description where it says T7 patch and click on that. This will take you here, and once you're here, you want to download the version of the game that you need. So for example, I am on Windows, so I would download this. Once this is done, you're going to want to go to Steam. You're going to want to find your Call of Duty Black Ops 3 game. Then you're going to want to go over to Manage, and you're going to want to go to Manage again, and you want to do Browse Local Files. This should pop up, and here's all the game files, and what you're going to do is you're going to go into your downloads, and you're going to find the T7 patch file. Once you find the T7 patch file, make sure to double click it so you can go into it, and you're going to want to hit Control A, which should select every file in the folder, and you're going to go ahead and take all the files and you're going to drag them into this folder. Once that's done, you'll have all these files and maybe a couple less because I still have some of the BO3 Enhanced files installed. You're going to want to find the T7 patch exe. Once you open it, you'll be greeted with this. Keep in mind that you will need to have this running before you open the game and during while you play Black Ops 3. So once you're here, you can go ahead and change your name. And you can put on a network password, which needs to be the same for all the players in your lobby. If you don't have the same password, you cannot join each other. And then make sure that you have the friends only ticked for extra protection. Once that is running in the background, you can go ahead and start your Black Ops 3 like this. Once you load into the game, you should see that it says patch 2.04 by Sirius, and another thing that this has to offer is a boost in frames because it patches some things that cause the game to lag. The performance is not as good as the BO3 Enhanced version of the game, but it is better to play multiplayer with, and I'm not referring to the PvP multiplayer. You should pretty much never touch that. And as you can see, here's my name. It's also red because I put the one caret, or the caret one. Whoops. And you should be safe to play the game as much as you want. Now moving on to the Steam/Windows version of the game, BO3 Enhanced. Starting off with the BO3 Enhanced method, I want to look into some of the pros and cons of this version of the game. The biggest takeaway from this version of the game is there tends to be some connection issues I notice. This is mainly because I use an Ethernet cord and my friends don't. And when you use an Ethernet cord on this game, it really fucks with it. One of the best things about this version of the game is that it's extremely optimized. You will see a significant boost in frames, and you'll also have faster loading times. Like, it is actually crazy. Another thing about BO3 Enhanced is that it's also less space as well. Steam players will have trouble connecting with their friends sometimes. So if you're looking for a better multiplayer experience to join your friends with, I would suggest doing the T7 patch method instead. This is the best way to play the game for performance and solo play. Anyways, I'm going to show you how to set it up now. You will need the links in the description that are under the BO3 Enhanced section. The first link that you'll need is Virtual Studio Code or just any sort of code editor, like Notepad+, for example. I'll be using Virtual Studio Code though. Oh, it's called Visual. Whoops. I guess I'm an idiot. So don't mind what I said virtual, it's visual. Either way, there's a link to it, so I guess it doesn't matter if I said it wrong. Just go ahead and install this. The next link that you'll need is the gaming services app. This one, I have no idea if you can even get this for anything not Windows. This might have to be something that you look at Reddit for, because I honestly don't know a workaround if you're not on Windows for this. Moving on, we're going to need some dump files for the Windows version of the game, which you can get here by clicking download. And lastly, here is the BO3 Enhanced patch itself. You're just going to click on this little zip file right here. Once all that is done, you need to find your Call of Duty Black Ops 3 game files, which if you're on Steam, you can do manage here and then browse local files. Now you're going to need the dump files and the BO3 Enhanced files. Alright, once you get to this screen, you're going to see all these files, and you're just going to Control A to select every single file in the folder. You're going to drag them into the Black Ops 3 folder, and you're going to drop them. When you drop them, it's going to say if you want to replace some files, you're going to say yes to that. Then you're going to go to the BO3 Enhanced files, and you're going to select all these files as well, and just drag them in. Once all that's done, you're going to have all these files, and you're going to want to find this specific one known as t7patch.conf. Double click it and open it with your code editor. Now you should get brought to this screen, and you should go ahead and copy player name equals, is friends only equals, and network password equals, and make sure that they're all on separate lines. For player name, you just want to enter in whatever you want your name to be. Is friends only, you're going to want to set that to 1 for extra protection. And network password is going to be the password that you need to protect yourself. So make it a strong password. Also, if you're going to try playing with friends, make sure that they have the same exact password as you, or else they cannot join you. Once all that is done, you're going to go to File, and you're going to click Save. Once that's done, the patch should be applied, and you shouldn't really have to change it ever again. Just go ahead and open up the game now. Once you load in, you'll see at the top right, it will say something like BO3 Enhanced, and then the version of the game that you're on. Since I don't have the BO3 Enhanced version set up, I'm on the T7 patch instead. I just kind of marked that off or whatever. I'm sure you guys don't really mind, but that's what it would look like, kind of. Now, like I said, do not play public matches. It's never the right idea. You should have a huge performance boost, the loading times and everything. This is the best for solo play. You can play with friends on it, but it tends to be buggy, especially if you have an Ethernet cord. And yeah, enjoy playing the game. For our next PC port that I'm going to be going over, I'm going to be going over the BOIII Client. Now, to be honest, I don't know anything about the BOIII Client. I did at least like 2 or 3 hours of research before this video to take some notes, and from what I heard is that it's relatively safe, but you should always be precautious. This game doesn't really offer a performance boost like the other versions of the game, and also something that this version of the game does have though is that you can use the server browser to play public matches. I'm not going to say that you should do that, but that is something that is a possibility over there. From what I read, the only thing that you can really do to make online safer on this game is to use a VPN, and even then you're still not 100% safe. But if you want to truly be entirely safe, you should play offline. There should be a button in the little menu, and you're just going to click that, and you'll be 100% safe. Moving on to the console versions of the game, we have PlayStation. PlayStation is the only platform that I could say is absolutely cooked. Playing online in PlayStation makes you extremely vulnerable because the anti-cheat is non-existent and there's no real way to add extra protection against RCE exploits. The only way to play this version of the game safely is to use the offline mode in the menu. You just want to click this button. But the problem with that is that you cannot play online, but at least you'll be able to play the game. My main suggestion, if you do play on the PlayStation version of the game, is either switch to Xbox if you really want to play the old Call of Duties that bad, or get a PC because that's the best way to play the game performance-wise. If you're looking for safety, definitely stick to Xbox. Speaking of Xbox, that is our last version of the game that we're going to go over today. It is the safest and also has safe public matches to play 100%. There will still be hackers, but they can't actually take control of your console, unlike all other versions of the game. This is because Microsoft obviously bought Activision a little while ago, so they made sure that Xbox was the safest way to play the game. So you should be safe while playing this version of the game, and it has public matches. This is definitely the safest way to play the game. The only downside to the Xbox version of the game is that there's no mod support, to what I know at least. Other than that, like if you're a streamer, I'd probably suggest using this, or try to use a T7 patch with a VPN or the BO3 Enhanced with a VPN. I know these kinds of videos aren't usually my go-to, but I would just hate to see this game die because this is one of my favorite games. I'm pretty sure I have over 2,000 hours on PlayStation from when I was a kid on this game, which is absolutely ridiculous. This game is just great and I hope it never dies, and I'll be here with it until it does. I'd like to shout out all of the members of the community that have helped us out, making this game safe to play and whatnot, and as always, I am also pushing close to 500 subscribers, but I do need like hella watch time. Either way, man, if I have 500 subs, I would be happy as hell. We've been going up a lot recently, so shout out to you guys, I really respect that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.